Lesson 1. What kind of a buyer or consumer are you? What do you think of yourself as a consumer? Do you think you are a wise buyer? Why? You don't need to write down your thoughts. Just think about these questions. Later, ask yourself these questions again after you have studied the whole lesson. After completing this lesson, you should be able to check and compare products for quality. Read labels on consumer products. Use computations to compare prices of products in order to save money. And make decisions about purchases based on the information you collected about the product. Let's read. Carefully read the story below. Ida, Barbie, Carla, Delia, Eva, Flor, and Gina are very good friends. They all live in one apartment. One day, they agreed to go to a mall. Each of them bought something. When they got back to their apartment, they checked their purchases. Ida was very happy about the lovely bracelet she bought. However, it was very expensive. Barbie bought shoes that were rather cheap. After a few days, they were already damaged. Carla was very excited to eat her chocolate, but after having a taste of it, she found out that it was stale because it had already expired. Delia bought a very beautiful dress. It fitted her perfectly. However, after it was washed, the dress shrunk and became too tight for her. Flor bought a cheap wallet. She used it for a week then didn't like it anymore because the wallet got deformed. Eva bought a very nice pair of eyeglasses at a cheap price. When she was trying it on, one of the lenses fell off. Gina was the only one who was lucky. He bought a cheap but high quality bag. She checked it well before buying it. She inspected the insides of the bag for its workmanship. After being assured of its good quality, she looked at the price. She compared its overall value with that of other bags. She thought that it was well worth buying it. She bought it and really got her money's worth. Earlier in this module, you were asked to explain the meaning of the saying, "For every 7 consumers, only one gets his or her money's worth." The Department of Trade and Industry, or DTI, observed this saying. Only 1 in 7 consumers knows how to buy properly. Some people think that if they buy cheap goods, they are able to save money. What if the quality of the products or goods they bought is not of top quality? Do they save money? Who indeed is the wise buyer? Do you know that wise buyers or consumers have certain desirable habits or behaviors? Let us now learn how to be wise buyers or consumers. Continue reading. Let's learn. Here are some tips on how to be a wise buyer. When buying food products, whether in cans, like sardines, corned beef, etc., or not, like instant noodles, coffee, etc., we should check the label information like why are this information useful? Well, in the case of the expiration date, this tells us up to when the product should be eaten. When the expiration date has passed, the product is already unsafe to eat or consume. Furthermore, the ingredients listed are also important because they tell us if some unfavorable substance has been added to the product. This is particularly useful to a person who has certain allergies or who may be avoiding certain kinds of substances or foods because of religious, health, or other reasons. Of course, one should know the price and compare it with that of a similar product of a different brand. Price is only one of the things you should consider. The other information listed should also be studied. If you do this, then you are assured of a product that is not only cheap but also of good quality. Next strip.
Piping, have you heard of generic medicines? I bought one for my wife. It's cheaper compared to an imported brand of medicine.
You know me, Socrates. I prefer imported brands of medicine. I make sure that my family and I get the best.
I know, Piping, but generic medicines undergo scientific testing to test their quality. This proves that they are as effective as imported brands.
Is that so? I didn't know that.
We also have to admit that during these times, we need to save money. Prices of products keep on increasing.
Now I understand. If I can buy locally made medicine that is as effective as an important brand and also cheaper, then I can use my savings for other important things.
You should consider buying generic or unbranded medicine instead of imported ones with popular brand names. Often, generic medicine is effective, yet it is cheaper. It is also as high in quality as imported and branded medicine because it passed scientific testing. When buying medicine, we should also consider the weight, usually in milligram or milligrams, of the capsule or tablet and of course its price. Now, do you understand how you can choose the best product you are buying? As consumers, we should take note of the products we buy. We should also be careful in checking and comparing the products we want to buy with other products. By doing this, we are able to make wise decisions on which products to buy. This means that we buy products that are not only cheap but also of the best quality. Aside from the information mentioned earlier, other companies put other information in their product labels. For example, others put the word fortified, which means with added vitamins and minerals. Canned and packaged foods are called convenience foods. These foods are pre-cooked and just need a little heating or hot water before they are eaten. These products contain some chemicals to prolong their shelf life. They also contain ingredients that make them tastier or which replace vitamins and minerals lost during the processing of the products. These may be preservatives, flavor enhancers, or nutritive additives. Added chemicals used in food are called food additives. The use of food additives should be limited. The Bureau of Food and Drugs, or BFD, controls the amount to be used in foods. They advise on how much may be taken in daily. An example of an additive is an anti-caking agent. The anti-caking agent prevents powdered products from hardening or caking. Some products also contain emulsifiers, which make products such as mayonnaise and cheese spreads easier to spread. Emulsifiers make these products smooth and soft. As a general rule, it is best to buy products that have no or very few additives. These products are more likely to be fresher, more healthful, and more natural. Let's remember, always consider the quality of the product you are buying. Check the product or food before you buy it. Make it a habit to read product labels because they tell you many things about the product. Read labels to avoid trouble and accidents, especially when buying chemicals and poisonous items like pesticides. Compare the prices of the products with other products before buying them to help save money. A good way of doing this is by computing for the unit prices and comparing them.